Hi world! We're back! We're back in our home in San Diego. Who's ready for Manifestation Bathtub? Okay, what are we putting in our bath today? Today we are going to be putting in Dragon's Gold. This is a sparkly bath powder that my sister sent me a few months ago. This is the last bath product we actually have left in our arsenal. So we need to go get some new bath bombs, or people need to send us some. So let's see what this looks like in the bath.
272 Orange Avenue, San Diego, California, 92104.
Hi Amy, hi Aditya. Yeah, get that in there. Let's get some water. Get some Dragon's Gold. Yeah, ooh, it smells good. It basically just makes your bath sparkle. Oh, you can wave at people now. This is interesting. All right. That was good. So, it smells good. Basically, bath water look a little bit like pee-pee, but oh well. So let's move on to the show. Ah! Don't bite me! All right, what kind of frame do we want today? Did we get any new ones? Oh yeah, that's nice. All right. Hey guys.
Hi.
Oh yeah, we can't angle the camera down. It's never a good idea.
See our genitals.
Yeah. Hey Erica.
We call them Jennies.
Or Jennies. That's from our Scottish friend, Laura. Laura Whiten. I love you. I miss you. Okay. Let's wait till we got enough water in here. Here we go. All right. So. The title of today's video is The Things You Want Show Up When You're Ready for Them.
Yeah, so
Right?
if you're just joining, this is Manifestation Bathtub. I'm Kit Volcano. This is Rose Volcano. And
we do the show every Monday from our bathtub.
Except for when we're in Bali.
We were in Bali for a whole month, so we only did one show while we were gone from a pool, and it was with two guests. And so we're super excited to get back in the routine of doing these bathtub shows. So let's talk about what we mean by the title of the video. The things that you want only show up. Oh, thanks, Amy. Welcome back. We missed you too. We missed you too. The things you want only show up when you're ready. What does that mean? What does that mean?
So how many of you are like, I really want this thing, I really want this thing, I really want this thing, and you've wanted it for so freaking long. And you're like, why isn't it here? Why don't I have this?
Yeah, or how many of you want something so badly that you focus on the lack of it? Like, you want more money so badly. For instance, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to pay off your school loans or your credit cards, but you're constantly saying things like, oh, I can't afford that. Oh, I'm too poor to do that. Oh, I'll never be able to travel because I'll never have enough money. How many of you catch yourself saying things like that all day, every day? So instead of focusing on, I'm releasing this debt from my life, or I'm manifesting a new car, or focusing on the things that you do want, you focus on the lack of the things that you want.
You focus on the fear, the anxiety, the not having of it, everybody who is just like the thing that you don't want.
So according to the law of attraction, because that's what manifestation is all about, is about the law of attraction, the law of attraction states that like attracts like, that the things that this is a very simple, most basic version of law of attraction, that the things that you want in your life, you will draw towards you by focusing on the things that you want. And the more you focus on the lack of the things that you want, the more lack you will draw into your life. So if you're always focusing on scarcity, this is what we call a mentality of always focusing on what you don't have. It's called scarcity mentality. So if you're in scarcity all day, every day, what do you think you're going to bring more of into your life? More scarcity. Whereas, what's the opposite of scarcity?
Abundance.
Or, actually, in my opinion, I think the opposite of scarcity is gratitude.
Yes.
So if you instead of waking up and focusing on, oh God, I don't have any bread in my kitchen today to make toast. I'm gonna be so hungry. God, I hate it when I don't have bread. Instead of that, your thought could go more like, man, I am so grateful that I have oatmeal and blueberries and yogurt in my kitchen today. And I love bread so much that I'm going to go out and get some. You know, so like focus on what you do have and what you can be grateful for.
Yes.
And focus. Oh yeah, Marshall says focusing on gratitude changed my life. Exactly. So if you start your day with gratitude instead of scarcity, that alone, that one little shift is going to start changing things for you. Just like Marshall said, it changed his whole life.
So we're going to tie back into the title of the video, which is what you want will show up when you're ready.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're focusing on your scarcity, on your lack, you're basically what you're saying is, I'm not ready for this. You're saying, I'm only willing to focus on what feels bad. And when you only focus on what feels bad, you're not ready to receive what feels good.
Yes. And
because you're just like repeating that negative energy in your body all the time, so you can't even open up to receive. Like if you're holding on to shit, you gotta let go of the shit before your hand is open to receive what you want.
Yeah. So Lauren says, yes, making decisions from love, not fear, is what I'm working on. Yes, Lauren, that's powerful. That's really powerful. So, based on that theory, what Kit just said, and like attracts like, would it make sense then to say that if you're single and you are desiring to attract your dream partner, you're only going to attract somebody that matches where you're at right now? Mm-hmm. That would make sense, right? What we call it is attracting your vibrational match. So if you're waking up every day in scarcity, focusing on the lack of something, focusing on how desperate you are for love, or how much you don't have love, or how unlovable you are, if you're focusing on all the bad things in your life, you know, I live in my parents' basement, I hate my job.
I'm so awkward.
Oh, I'm so awkward, I'll always be poor, I really want to travel, but I'll never have enough money to do it. Who do you think you're going to attract as a mate? Right? So if you're wanting to attract this person who's got their shit together, this person with confidence, this loving, caring, creative, powerful, magical, enchanting person, but you're vibrating down here, it's not going to work. So the universe is only going to send you that person when you're ready for it.
Or it's going to send you people that match where you're at. So if you're attracting the same shit partner in the same shit situation, the same financial job, or the same terrible boss, no matter where you go, no matter how many changes you make, it's in your hands.
So how is that for you, babe? Like,
okay.
So we've been together for like 6 years. But before that happened, we had a little experience dating.
Yeah.
Kit and I dated around a little bit.
So here's the funny thing about you, is that I had to do a lot of healing work to attract my twin flame, the total babe, an amazing woman in my life. But here's the funny thing, is that when I stop doing that work, you become like all of my ex-girlfriends. And it's because of me. It's because I'm so in my shit that I'm focusing on your shit and I'm bringing it out, and we just become little monsters at each other. Mm-hmm. And, you know, luckily we both surround our life in this work and we go and do it. But this is not like, oh, you're going to find someone and then the work is over. This is a lifetime thing. Yeah,
that is 100% true. So if you found oh crap, I think our handyman is here. Alright guys, I'm going to go let him in. I'm going to let Kit wrap this up, and I'll see you all later. Bye!
Alright, so bath time with Kit. Let me put a little more hot water in here, because it's cold when she got out. Got some displacement of water going on. Anyway, I'll tell a little story about when Rosie and I first started dating. I really, really wanted a soulmate. I wanted somebody who was amazing and who loved me and was just so perfect for me. And I was just, honestly, the word was desperate. I was so desperate to find somebody who loved me because guess what was missing? I didn't love myself. And so that's that whole thing is, when you're ready, it will show up. And I was not ready for someone to love me because I couldn't even give it to myself. Making sense? So you might be asking, how do I get ready for something I'm not ready for it. Or you might be saying, no, I'm totally ready for it. I'm totally ready for it. I'm totally ready for it. But today is your wake-up call. I want you to go through your life today and look at what you are doing that either pushes away what you want or brings it in. You got it? So if you want love, take a look at your life. Are you loving yourself? If you want money, take a look at the way you feel about money and see if you're bringing it in or pushing it away. And I'm going to give you, I know a lot of people want more money in their life, so I'm going to give you a fun little exercise. And this is going to get a little nasty. So with money, one thing that I like to tell my clients to do is write a love letter to money, getting it to fuck you. And basically, when I did this exercise, I was like, holy crap, it's no wonder I don't have any money in my life. Look at the way that I talk to money. I was like, oh my God, where are you? Why don't you have it in my life? Oh my God, where's money? Why don't I have any money? Like, if that was the way that you talk to somebody that you were dating, would they want to fuck you?
Ooh.
No. So if that's, think about in the next week, how are you communicating with the things that you want? Mm-hmm. And does it represent you actually being ready to have it in your life? Or does it just represent your fear, your scarcity, your worries? Yeah, I got that. Amy Turner said, I teach my clients that money exercise too. Well, guess who I got it from? Amy Turner.
Hey.
Thanks, Amy.
It's also in Jen Sincero's book, right?
I think so.
Yeah. You are a badass at making money. I want to throw in one more example that's not about attracting a lover, and it's not about money, but it's about travel, because these seem to be like the three biggest issues we come across most in our coaching. Is that people want to have better relationships or attract the right relationship, they want to attract more money, and they want to travel more. These are like three huge things that a lot of people focus on, at least people that we work with. And as far as travel goes, I just want to share some things that my whole life, I always wanted to travel. I always wanted to travel internationally. I read National Geographic magazine. I got the kids version of that magazine. I wanted to be a photographer for National Geographic. I signed up to go to a mission in Tanzania when I was 16. My parents wouldn't let me. I got my passport when I was 19 to go to Italy, but then the trip fell through. So I planned a bunch of trips. They never happened until I was 26, right? And the reason why they never happened was because I wasn't ready for them. I wanted to travel, but I also was always focusing on letting someone else plan it for me. And whenever that other person would fall through for whatever reason, I would just cancel the whole trip. I wouldn't even go myself. And I always focused on never being able to save money. And I would say, okay, well, when the other person I'm traveling with in this trip starts saving money, then I'll start saving money too, right? But that never happened. They never had a conversation with me saying, oh, I'm going to start saving $100 a week or $300 a month or whatever. They never said that to me, because who takes responsibility for someone else saving money for a trip?
So
that's not their responsibility.
Is what did you believe that was pushing it away or saying, I'm not actually ready for this?
I believed that it was other people's responsibility to plan the trip and tell me when to save my money for the trip.
Right? You see how somebody who's not responsible for the things that they want and responsible for making them happen would not get to have them?
In addition to that, I also want to throw in that the reason why I wanted to travel was because usually I hated where I was at so much. I was sick of where I was at, and I was resentful that I was 19, I had never traveled, that I was 21 and I never traveled, that I was 24 and I never traveled. I was resentful of that fact. And as soon as I switched my vibration when I was 25, I went from being resentful of where I was at to really grateful for where I was at. I went from not taking any responsibility for making plans myself to taking all the responsibility for it. And I started being really, instead of like dreaming about this place like, oh, this place is so much better than where I'm at now, instead of thinking that, I just started waking up every day and being grateful for where I was at and grateful for the future I was going to have where I was going. And by doing that, I was able to manifest $15,000 to pay off all my debt and move to Italy for 5 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll say that again. I was able to pay off all my debt, all my credit card debt, and move to Italy for 5 months because of that. And because of that, the person I was supposed to go with on that trip backed out at the last minute, and guess what? I still went because it was all in my hands. I was taking full responsibility for it, and I was ready for it. The universe knew I was ready for it, and it said, all right, here you go. And because of that those 5 months I spent in Italy, every single day was like a dream come true. And I could not have asked for a more perfect first traveling abroad experience.
It's so funny that you say that, because I remember what I had to do to get ready for having my magical wife in my life was I decided that I was going to date myself, essentially, which was stop waiting for someone to have fun with and go be the person that I had fun with. And I stopped saying that I was alone, and I started saying that I was with myself.
Yeah.
And as soon as I realized that I was enough of a person to enjoy myself, somebody else came into my life to enjoy me. But I was not enjoyable before that.
Yeah.
I was not ready to have this little magical fairy in my life because I was not in an emotionally responsible place to take care of a relationship.
Yeah. So Lauren says, I was literally looking at flights for summer trips when you started talking about travel.
Oh.
Woo, divinity. That's so true. And Lauren says, I manifested $8,000 once. Wow, it's amazing. Hey, Natasha.
Hi.
So, yeah, guys, we're just going to leave you with that. So whatever it is that you're waiting for the universe to hand to you right now, ask yourself right now, are you ready for it?
And
Are you a vibrational match for what it is you want in your life?
Ryan, I was literally just freaking out about money when I clicked on this, working on the show.
Hey! So ask yourself, are you ready for what you want? Are you responsible enough for the universe to hand it to you yet?
Are you going to take care of it?
Yeah.
Or are you just looking for that thing to fix you?
Mm-hmm.
Because unless you fix you first, it's not going to fix you.
I want to know what you're grateful for today. So what are you feeling gratitude for today? Post it in the comments.
Warm.
Today, I am grateful to be back home in our bathtub. Yeah, I love this bathtub. I love being on Manifestation Bathtub. I'm super grateful for all that. I'm grateful for the handyman fixing our back door right now. His name's Hank. All right, guys. So we'll see you next Monday. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.